Good evening, good evening, good evening. Welcome back. It's Friday. You guys made it to the end of the week. Shout out to you, wherever it is that you may be tuning in from. I will let the algorithm do its little thing, letting people know that we are going live. Hope you guys are well. It's been a long week. I am certain on your end, it has definitely been a long week on my end. Just trying to get things situated for the virtual conference that is coming up November 22nd. If you guys have not purchased your ticket, please go to moodtravelabroad.com and do so. We will start to get into tonight's conversation in just 1 second. What I need you to do is to go and share the live. I need you to share the live if you aren't the person that is looking to move abroad, but you know somebody that is, or you are the person that is looking to move abroad and you may be also knowing somebody that is also looking to move abroad. So please do me a favor and make certain you are doing that. Depending on where you are, please make sure you follow. This is the way that you continuously see these conversations. I know it's Friday, so I will not keep you guys long, but it is another day of the 12 days of relocation. And if you are new here, let us start there. My name is RJ Mood. I originally from Philadelphia. I have been living abroad for the last going on 3 years. I have recently been in a scenario where I'm starting to understand even more so what so many people are going through with what's going on in America. But prior to that, I have group travel that we do, but more so relocation has been one of the biggest things that we have been able to help our community with. So these days and these conversations over the 12 days of relocation are designed. They're designed to give you the information that is different than just here's an immigration lawyer, here's a realtor. These are vetted resources. So these things come, I want to say easy, but once you have them, it's about what you do with them. And the way to get you guys ready to be able to experience what life abroad is, give you guys an understanding of how to navigate these different challenges that you're going to have as an adult trying to navigate the world, maybe for the first time, or two, get you even deeper acclimated to this life abroad if you are already a traveler. So I want to make certain that the right people are in the room. If you guys aren't the person that is looking to move abroad, experience more life outside of America, I understand it. But tonight we're going to get into conversations that can help those particular kind of people. More people are actually putting into their Google searches or AI searches at this point, what is it that I need to do to move abroad? Where are the best places to go? And those things, once delivered on the other side of the Google search, are very easy to say, okay, well, here they are. But we talk about on this platform, and so many people outside of myself that are on this platform talk about how do you get ready to move abroad? Most people have narrowed down moving abroad to just picking a destination. I remember the movie Coming to America. And Coming to America, they literally spun the globe around and stopped at a destination. And so many people are thinking that they are Prince Akeem and Simi and putting themselves in a position to think that it is easy as that. And that isn't the case. So tonight, as well as all of the 12 days of relocation, excuse me, we will get into how do you navigate this? What does it look like? So many people are going on platforms and being told to do the research. I get it. But what does the research consist of? Google, as well as OpenAI, whatever chat, GPT that you use, it's empty. What do you put into it? What questions do you need to ask it to get the answers that you need to know? You guys are looking into situations where people are saying, oh, this is what I did, so this will work for you. And maybe it does. But if you aren't that person, if your situation is different, I've talked to so many people that are looking to move abroad, and I realized that there are so many different types of people that are fed up with America. It's not just a one kind of person. This is going all across all different kinds of people. Black people, white people, Asian people. There are people that have money. There are people that don't have money. There are people with moving by themselves, families, kids, couples. Literally people that are retired. When I tell you there is everybody that it could potentially be on the radar, our demographic numbers and our analytics are absolutely insane because all of the people, you guys, are all different kinds of people because this is impacting everybody. What is going on in America is positioned to impact everybody. Right now, got, I guess, what's this? CNN, MSNBC, one of them. But just the news on to understand what it is that is actually going on in the United States. Now, you got to sift through it just the same way that you have to sift through the things that are going on in the United States or on the internet. But it is very interesting how livelihoods are being the new media headline. And a lot of that is starting to impact a lot more of the people that are looking to move abroad. Now it's a matter of what job do I do because I may no longer have my job. There are mass layoffs going on. There are federal government that is you still have a job. It's just not going on right now, and they still want you to go there as if they're going to give you money that you need to survive. And so many people are navigating the different nuances and where they fit into this, and it's really difficult, at least from the outside looking in, for me to not say something because one, a lot of people don't get an opportunity to say like, has anybody asked, are you okay? Like in the most genuine sense, like, are you okay? I know it's Friday. I know it's the end of the week. And maybe you're going into a weekend where you say you don't want to deal with a bunch of heavy things, but it's at least I feel like I wouldn't be a good steward of what it is that we're doing to not ask you because I don't know if anybody has asked you this week. Are you okay? Are you okay? It's not for me to hear the answer. It's for you to just to breathe a little bit, just to understand that like you might not be okay, but you aren't the only one. There are so many people that are tuning into this. There are so many people that may not even be tuning into this, but we may be going through the exact same thing and need to tune into this because this isn't even isolated just around moving abroad. So many people in America that don't even think far enough to think like, is United States the best place? How do I even deal with what it is that I'm dealing with now? And so many people have to realize that this is an opportunity to at least just take a deep breath. Before we get into this conversation, just take a deep breath. Because each day of the 12 days of relocation is designed to give you something that can help. And what it can help are things that you may not remember or think about when you are feeling so overworked, overwhelmed. And it's how do you centralize these things into something that you can do? Something that you can kind of figure out that will actually help. Because so many people are looking to jump and move abroad. And I'm like, these aren't the things that you need to be focused on right now. Yet so many people with the buzzwords and what ChatGPT gives them and what certain platforms gives them, it's it's not helpful. And you might think it's helpful, but I will tell you, as somebody that lives abroad, it's not helpful. Yes, you need to know from a long-term plan what your visa options are and the places that you have looking to move abroad. But when we get into the visa situation, so many people don't even realize where their passport takes them and what it does. And we need to start there because ask yourself, did you go to a good school? Maybe you did. Maybe you didn't. But if you did go to a good school and they didn't have an international exchange program, but they had a great American education, then what did you get? You got a great American education. But did that tell you how your passport works? Did that tell you even basic things? Never mind leaving the country or traveling the world, but how to file your taxes, how to balance a check. A lot of those things came down to, at least my parents. I remember they told me certain things, but then there was so many things that they weren't able to tell me or didn't have the time or didn't have the education to, which is perfectly fine. But so many people in America are all positioned in the exact same way, where it's like, okay, I had an okay life or I had a not okay life, but the same situation happens where you guys don't know how to traverse the world. You guys can move around in America perfectly fine, but when it comes to the world, it's a little difficult. And a lot of people really don't understand. I remember well, when we were growing up, I'm 38. You may be younger than that. You might be older than that. You might be the exact same age as me. I have no idea who you are, but I will tell you, you may remember a certain thing where so many people didn't travel the world that looked like us, like me. So the number of people that were doing that wasn't high. The number of people that were living abroad, never mind even a demographic, the number of people that were living abroad outside of the demographic of retired age 60, 65 plus, or maybe you hit it big 50, 55, but you were of a certain age, and that has gave you the freedom to travel. It gave you the freedom to be able to get around and try to like see more of the world, because now you had worked hard enough to have the freedom and money to be able to do so. Yet so many people, with the cost of living in the United States, they're in a scenario where not only are they looking to move abroad because things just cost a lot, but even when traveling on a normal basis and normal lives in the United States, they're like, more people are traveling that are my age. More people are traveling and or living abroad and or taking money that they're able to make online, remotely, whatever the name of it is. But these people are starting to realize that you may not have to be 65 years old. You might not have to travel all of wait all of this time just to be able to travel. Imagine if you are 20 years old and you're looking at this right now. I guarantee you that what you feel like at 30 is not going to be like what you feel like today. And if you're 30 years old, what you feel going into 40, food aversions. I was just talking to my homegirl Tisha, and I'm like, you mess around and you get this age and you're like, I can't eat certain red sauces after a certain while, because or after a certain time, because you get heartburn. Like, what the hell? Like, this sounds like something my father said or my mother said. But it depends on where you are on the scale of age. You may run into exactly what it is that I'm telling you, and you realize it's like that is different now. More people are either moving abroad, and retirement looks different. People are retired from the military and aren't 60 years old plus. Now, there are them, but there's so many different people. But nobody got the education because America is not teaching you how to leave. So when you get into how do I use this passport that somebody told me that I should go get, that somebody said that was valuable to me, how is it valuable to me? Because it hasn't been valuable. I could always go down to the, not go down, but getting a passport is almost like getting a license. It's same, like, show certain things, get certain information, take a picture at some place. At least I mean they have one at the DMV, but you go get your picture, you bring it to them. It's not like a difficult process by any means. It may be a little bit more expensive than the license, but it gives you a lot more value than what the cost of it actually is. But so many people don't really know how to navigate that, because people are asking themselves, well, residency and getting visas in places that they haven't even visited. I had a conversation today, and I had asked the people, like, what are you when you came to the place that you're looking to move to potentially? What did you do? Like, what kind of like where'd you stay? Like, what you get into? Because looking at from a tourist perspective and going on the excursions and doing the fun stuff, that's fun, but that's not life. That's not like Tuesday. That's not Wednesday. That's not Monday. That's not saying like there's don't things that happen on Mondays, Tuesdays, and Wednesdays, but that isn't your life. What do you do when you don't want to do any of that fun stuff outside? You're just like, I'm hanging out, or I just want to go hang out with some friends, or just go get a coffee with some people. How important could that be? So when you get to understanding, like, you don't know, so I wouldn't go putting these anchors in other places. You're anchored very much so in the United States. So a lot of people are in a position when they're looking to move abroad and saying, what visa should I get? What time have you spent? Do you know how your passport works? Do you know that in many places it will get you up to 180 days in the year, depending on where you're going and what places is going to dictate that. However, Colombia, Mexico, Panama, these are all in the same vein and relative to how the passport works. But if you don't know how your passport works, why would you go and say, let me go pay some guy because, I love their content and I sell services. So I'm telling you, don't pay anybody until you understand where you're going. Somebody or anywhere, you should have a runway to, instead of you taking it, moving abroad on it and relocation as a fire hose. How do I build up to this? What opportunities do I have to put real things into my bag that I can actually use? This is what the 12 days of relocation is about. Putting the things into your bag that you can actually use, because anyone that you watch can tell you, an immigration lawyer, a visa. But how do you navigate these things? How do you get prepared? How do you prepare your mindset? We are so conditioned to being one way in America, and so many of you guys aren't realizing that that is not how the globe works. We don't know how our passport works. How can we know how the globe works? I get it. I get it. But this time is realistically put into you guys. It's put into you guys to be able to carve some of these layers of the onion back. It's put into you guys to understand that it's okay not to know, but it's not okay to go unprepared when, one, you have such a big opportunity for yourself, and two, the big opportunity can be sullied in a way where you may no longer have the desire to go, not because it wasn't going to be good for you, but because you went the wrong way. So when we talk about moving abroad, I need you guys to, at least Americans, because I have to tag in and only in Americans because passports work different ways all over the world. But at least with Americans, you guys, when you get your passport, it's ways to use it that is beneficial. Right now, if you are looking to move abroad and you've never lived abroad, you are in a very, very long term relationship. Do you understand what that means? The fact that you are looking to leave and leave that relationship, it's scary. It's going to be scary. You've been in the same place the entire of your life since you could remember. Why would you go and tell somebody all of this business about you before you know who they are? And you guys might not realize, but once you get into it, and people that have gotten into it realize what I'm talking about. But for the people that haven't and started and say, well, I'm going to go get my residency here. And some places are a lot easier to get residency, temporary residency, long term residency. Some places are a lot easier. But I caution the person that is actively looking to succeed when moving abroad. Because I have people that say, well, I got a residency here and then I ended up leaving because it wasn't what I thought it was. And it was like, well, why'd you go get a residency in places like, I mean, yes, you can go there as, I guess, as a plan C or B or whatever the case is, but these visas, when you go and get them outside of the tourist visa, the passport visa, they ask a lot of information. Like, do you are you ready? We're going to get into that tonight, but are you ready? And why would you give all of that to somebody that you don't really know like that? You guys, that's why I said I try to position it as a relationship and understanding of a relationship. Everybody understands. Maybe if you've been in a long term relationship, you shouldn't go just hop in a new one. You want to go tell them how much you make and what you do for a living and give them, your visa story and go get your FBI background check and all of this stuff. And you can get 6 months total on a visa or hop around multiple times throughout 1 year and then the next year lock it down, guaranteeing I mean, don't get me wrong, because most people and a lot of people get stuck in Medellin. Medellin is a beautiful place, or Colombia is a beautiful place. The energy there is awesome, but your energy may be different than my energy, or you might start somewhere different. And it's like, It locked me in. So many people I know that got locked into Mexico because that was their first place that they went. They never left and haven't been to Colombia. So these things are all relative to what it is that you have on your bulletin board or your manifestation board. But I need you guys to understand that you don't have to go get a visa. And here's the thing, because a lot of people are like, "That's listen, we have visa services. Once you decide that you want to be in Colombia, we got you. But I don't want you to pay a visa service just because you think that that's what you need to leave out of the United States. And so many people are positioning themselves in a way where that's what they think they need to leave. Well, if I don't have the digital nomad visa, then I can't really stay that long. You might get there for the 90 days and the stamp that they give you, and you be like, I don't like this place. Or I haven't found a community, or the people that are there in the community haven't set it up to be able to greet you or be able to meet you, and or at least be able to you to be able to find them on the internet. The internet is definitely a weird place, so that's no shade to anybody's community, but it's still like it's hard because a lot of the communities don't live on the internet. A lot of the things that go viral aren't the real Black Expat Life Abroad. It's not really like what we're actually doing. Yes, we're there, but normal life looks like normal things. Like, y'all want to go bowling tonight? You know, these things are so nuanced, and we have this canned perspective of going out of the United States and it's just going to be easy. I hear so many people even navigating the dating thing, and it's like, well, in America, you can find a normal person on Hinge, Bumble, Tinder, whatever the dating site is. I heard Facebook dating is a thing now. I was like, whoa, that is crazy. But all of this, right? But that might not work in the country that you are looking for, or it may be available, but the people that are on there aren't looking for what you are thinking that it is the same synonymous with what you are expecting in the United States. So I need you guys to understand that you might need to really date the location. You guys are worried about finding love abroad and not realizing that you need to find yourself abroad first. You don't even know who you are in the world. You just know who you are in the United States. Why would you go trying to go get into a whole relationship with a place in the country and an understanding of it that you don't even know? I need you guys to get wrapped around what this mindset shift is, and it was so dope to hear today. I was on a consultation with some parents that are looking to move abroad, and you know, the woman said to me, she's like, "No, I hear you. You talk about the mindset and the mindset shift, and I got to wrap my head around being open to certain." And I'm like, I'm happy that people are hearing that because when you get into what visas can I get, it's just like, where are you going? When you went there, what did you do? If you get on a consultation with me, you're gonna be like, he's asking me questions like he knows me, but in the scenario of like really trying to look out so he can guide me in the best way. You guys don't understand that because it's like you aren't thinking of the things that I'm thinking about because I know where you are. And being on the other side and having this conversation so many times, I realized that so many people, no matter how great the education was, no matter how great the education that I paid for, $30,000 a year to go to Morehouse, they didn't tell me this or even how to navigate this. Yes, you need to here go your passport, but how do you navigate getting into a new culture? How do you navigate getting into a new language? How do you navigate people that look just like you, that experience the exact same things as you, just in a different place, but don't speak the same language? You guys don't even know how you would react to that. Yet you are putting yourselves in a position to go say, I want a visa here. Tranquilo. Claro. Perfect. Because it's more so about understanding who you are outside of the stress of America before you go getting all deep into wherever it is that gave you a little piece. Because you haven't even had the opportunity to take the America's weight off you yet. Why are you doing these? We're going to get into visas and what you need, because I'll tell you that. That's easy. That's the easy part. But this part is the difficult part. You can go Google visas and what you need and what's available. They'll give you that. But this is about your success. This is about your opportunity to get into something that you will actually look back and say, that is where my life changed. That is where things got different. My values, my core being and what I was thinking, it got a little different in the best ways possible. So, you want to know? Get into visas. And I say this is because this is why I say, why are you giving all these people this information, these different governments, and you don't even know if you really like to be there? And people are like, well, I'm moving to Mexico. And I'm like, if you new here, you ain't heard this. But if you ain't new here, then you definitely heard this because you are not Nas and Belly. I don't want to hear that you're going to Africa. Okay, bro. So many people will be like, I left America. My brother, if you left the United States and you left and went to Mexico, you went to Belize, you went to South America, you do realize that the America is in the America. Now, you might like the United States of America, but you didn't leave America. You aren't going to Mexico. You aren't moving to Colombia or Belize. Like these are countries. Africa is a continent. What country are you moving to? I tell you guys, the understanding from what America has given to you and even your language and speaking of where it is that you have on your radar, it's flawed and nuanced because of the limited perspective that America has given us. So you have to realize that it's a little bit bigger than what you guys think. So when you talk about I'm going to Colombia, yes, the immigration laws are relatively the same, but when you know Colombia or when you know Mexico, depending on what city you are applying from, things could move in a different fashion. Many people are applying for the digital nomad visa in Colombia and oftentimes maybe based or temporarily based in Medellin, but say, hey, I need to go to the Pereira office because they're the only ones that have appointments. That's another part of the country. That's a place that you may need to have navigation because your Spanish is not fluent. Your Spanish isn't business Spanish. It's can I go to the bathroom? Does this have peanuts in it? I'm allergic to peanuts. That's why I'm like, does this have peanuts in it? It might be that and only that. What do you do? How do you navigate that? But you got somewhere to live and they told you how long you could stay, right? No, it's so much more that goes into this move abroad. That's why I said it's not just picking a place, putting your stuff in a bag, and saying, hey, everybody, bye bye. It's so much nuance that I need y'all to realize. And they realizing that you don't have to go get all the way in bed with somebody. I don't know where you're going to be best served. It may be Colombia, sure. Maybe Mexico, it might be Africa. It might be a place in all of those places. Never mind the country or the continent. It might be a place in all of those places. You have to figure that out. That's not for me. These conversations are all for you guys. And how do you get more stuff in what it is that you need? So, thinking about these things, when you talk about what you need to show, basic things. Now, different places and different visas will offer different stuff, but for certain things that you need to get a visa. You're going to need an FBI background check at this point. At one point, you didn't need that. You know why? Because people are moving abroad and are really creepy. You guys see a bunch of Netflix, a bunch of true crime. People are really, you'd be surprised. People in the United States, they're like, oh, he moved from New York to LA because in LA, nobody know them and he was able to start his scam over and do all that. Well, there's people that have like done a bunch of craziness in the United States, and it's like my best life is over abroad, and to start a whole new one. You've seen all the Netflix things. These things are all things that you need to just completely stay away from. However, you need to consider that because when you look at move abroad, a lot of people are asking, well, what's there to do? Who's all over there? That's important too, but that's another conversation. Things you need to move abroad: FBI background check. That is, I would say, standard. It's just better to have it, not to have it. You need 3 to 6 months of banking statements. So do you see why I say, why are you giving all these people this information? Like, you don't know them, they don't know you, you might not even like them to show them what you spend your money on or how you make your money. Like, this isn't like some anti-government thing. It's just that's what you need to show to get a visa. What you also need is certain documents. Depending on who you are, you may need different documents. If you work for a company, you need documents that show that they're going to pay you and they have no problem with you working abroad. Other documents you may need, if you're a business owner, you may need multiple documents from the state. You may need multiple documents to show that you're in good standing with the state. There's so many different nuances based off of the different places. But the one big thing that you don't realize is, depending on where you go, you may need these things to double-edged sword. Translate it, and not saying, "Oh, I put it in Chat GPT. It's translated, sir." No, no, no. It needs to be done by an official translator, which costs money. And what you also need to know is you need to get it apostilled, which is, I would say, like it's like notarized or whatever, but it's like professionally notarized, I guess, for international documents. This is important because this is where you will get additional fees outside of what a lawyer will charge you for working with them. Now, you guys might automatically say, "Well, I'll just do it myself." You have the right, and you can 100% do it yourself. However, I just caution anybody, and I use professionals because I do this. I don't have the time to become an immigration lawyer. I am not always up on the fastest changes that happen in a particular country. Never mind, you guys call me about multiple countries moving. Like, it's just too much information they have to absorb. So, yes, you can do it yourself, Bob Vila. However, I caution you because when I tell you, I don't know who you'll become on the other side of the TSA, but the people that are succeeding are becoming extremely better versions of themselves in ways that they didn't realize that they even had in them. But if you don't get the chance to do it, because you did it yourself and you I don't know, you teach English, or you are a crafts person, or you have some sort of business that has nothing to do with immigration law, and you said, "Hey, I'm not paying that money, I'm just going to do it myself." You have the ability to. There are ways that you can do it. You can Google them, you can put them in AI, chat GPT. That's fine. But the moment you mess up is often, so many times people reach our phones or reach our messages or reach our chats, and it's like, I did everything else and they denied me and I can't get past this point. Can somebody help me? And what if your next response to them is a denial and then you have to leave the country that you really love? Why would you put yourself through that? I don't have the time for that. I want a professional to handle my paperwork. I want to make certain that if you got a hookup and you got a friend in the immigration office or somebody that can get the paperwork to make certain that I have the longest amount of time, why wouldn't I give myself the opportunity? Because I know I don't have any hookups or any understanding of how this process and what I need to show. So many people I see navigating this immigration process, and yes, you can. Yes, you can. And I see people that aren't even professionals or even somebody that you should take advice saying, you should just put it in Chat GPT. But the moment that Chat GPT gives you something wrong and it looks very professional the way that they do it, how do you have determined whether or not you have right or wrong information? Now, maybe it works. Maybe it doesn't. Do you want to chance that? You are looking to move out of the United States. You've narrowed it down to the place that you're willing to go put paperwork on. Why would you do that? That seems like a lot of effort to get a hamstring injury on the last 10 meters. I just don't understand. Like, you guys aren't those. If you are, navigate it. But if you aren't, considering how much your life costs in the United States, maybe you have a little effort to get out. Or maybe you have not even an effort. Maybe you just have to pay somebody to not get it right. Do you know how many stories I run into where people are doing not their own visas, but just moving and they don't know a realtor, a vetted one, and they're losing thousands of dollars. You know how many people have told me that they went somewhere, and you guys, especially the ones with money, are willing to pay. Somebody telling you, oh, you can pay 6 months up front and we'll hold it for you. What? 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 So you want to give 6 months. So even if it's $1,000, that's $6,000 at one time. And let's say everything goes right, you move in, but the toilet breaks. And you say, hey guys, the toilet is broke. And $6,000 in whatever place you went to, that money is enormous. Like that, from the minimum wage perspective, that might be like 4 years of work. Or maybe it's a year of work. Just keep it a year. And they're not that really, or they're just like, well, we got 6 months of rent up front, so we're not really that incentivized to go get. You don't know that on the other side. I want so many people, and this is nothing against the realtors. I don't want anybody to DM me saying stop telling these people that because I need to get my money. But that is outrageous. You don't know these people. You won't go jump out of a bad relationship that you was in your whole life to go jump into a relationship 6 months deep. You don't even like people that long. You gonna go get into your landlord situation. I know. In the United States, you're used to renting from 6 months to a year. But that's America. You aren't looking to move to America. If you are, you wouldn't be here for this long. You would be looking for somewhere else. You guys need to wrap your head around that. Do not go give somebody that you don't know 6 months of rent up front. I don't care what the place looks like. I don't care how good the deal is. I'm not trying to hear it. Because if you want to actually succeed, you need to realize that this is bigger than you. So many people have done it, and so many people have tried to outsmart a system that is designed to confuse you when you are a grown person and you haven't ever been experienced and exposed to it. Don't go give all these people your information. Do it when you're ready. Our visa services are there for the people that are ready to move abroad and already know that the place that they're applying for a visa, that's where they actually want to be. I tell people, if you don't know three neighborhoods in the city that you want to move to, don't move there. And I mean, know the neighborhoods, know how the housing works. Understand, like, nah, I'm not moving. Envigado is far as hell, like, from everybody else. Like, if I want to go hang out with where everybody is that I want to hang out with, or all my friends are in Envigado and Sabana. Like, all of these things are relative, and that's coming to Medellin. Never mind Cartagena. There's neighborhoods that are there that are different, and I will tell you, each expat community, when it comes down to, it doesn't even come down to the country. It comes down to the city. They're not all made the same. Medellin has a wonderful expat community. The other ones I haven't been privy to as of yet. Khalid definitely does. I'm not there in those places, so I am not a part of them. If there are people that are there, I would love for them more people that are looking to go to these other places to get access to, because it's like you would be surprised how you, not nothing to do with Colombia, but just in general, how people, when you go and you say, okay, I'm moving here, I did the research, I know the neighborhoods, I came here multiple times, I saw it from a real lens and not a tourist lens. I'm ready to be a part of the community. When you go and you visit it, you might realize that this community is not really that opening, or this community might not be that inviting, or everybody either lives in these expensive places that everybody said rent was $300 here, and realistically everything is $2,500 or $2,000. I've seen it all. I've heard all of the. I get a lot of the what happened after I didn't move the right way situations. Also on top of I am moving the right way, so it's a balance in a mix of both. But I want you guys to understand that this visa process, I don't rush people into that. I love Colombia. You might not. That's okay. Colombians aren't asking you to like Colombia. They're asking you to be respectful, to understand that just because it may be cheaper to you coming from America doesn't mean that you didn't raise it 200%. A lot of black people haven't gotten the opportunity to be the people that may be in this scenario of position that they are saying, well, I'm not in that position. Well, now you are. Who are you? What do you do? So I need you guys to understand that is a part of how do you move abroad when navigating these visas, and not going and getting a visa to or residency in a place where you don't even know what you're getting into. That's very, very, very irresponsible. And I need more people to wrap their heads around that, because you guys are definitely jumping out, and it's happening. I can see it more and more often. Um, this is a funny question. Biggest mistake people make when researching visas online. Um, the the biggest mistake when people make when researching visas online is just what I'm talking about. One, uh, not understanding how your passport works. That is a big big thing that Americans don't realize, that is causing them to have bad scenarios. It's causing them to not realize that everywhere in the world doesn't work like America. So giving a 6 month lease, I hear that and it sounds like nails on a chalkboard. Just don't do it. Just don't. I don't care where it is. Don't. Don't. And no realtor better DM me, because I'm going to tell them the truth. I do not care. You guys do not need to get 6 months in bed. Let me tell you why. I need y'all to realize that there's so much difference in what you're experiencing in the United States. You go here and the price is this price. You go there and it's no negotiation, there's no wiggle room, it's no any of that. If you went to the same college, they may be like, yeah, we went to the same college, or maybe they give you, a bottle of champagne when you move in, but you're not going to get like a completely different price. These things happen abroad, and you don't know how to navigate them. So you guys need to start moving in a scenario of, how do I protect myself from scams? I'm always going to give you great realtors, but you may be going to a place that we do not service at this point. That's cool. You might be going to a place or you might be like, I don't want to pay him, I want to find my own person. That's cool too. But one thing that for certain and two things for sure, I say you start on something short term. Start there. The reason why is because at least you can narrow down your neighborhoods. The biggest problem with the visas and the issues and the problems people are having in navigating visas is, do I need one or not? Many times you don't need one. Many times you don't need one outside of the passport that you have. And I need y'all to understand that, because so many of y'all losing your money saying, I've been stuck here. I've heard some sob stories recently, and it's just like, how do you guys stop doing this? You start realistically asking other people. So, depending on who you are, my people, we already know what a hookup is. I need you guys to wrap your head around that actually making the most sense of for you. Knowing somebody. The travel community, when you come down to black people, is really small. Most of us know each other, or we know somebody that knows each other. People that are actually traveling, you'd be surprised how small it actually is. And what you realize, that even if you aren't a part of it or don't know anybody that's in it, you guys are going to be better served by your relationships built than what you have found from AI or Google. It just doesn't work that way out here. It just doesn't. There are so many things that can be eased, like automatically, just by you being able to navigate. Who knows the person that knows the information, or who has the service, the phone number? These things are important, because a lot of people aren't looking at this and realizing that is what it's going to take. A lot of people are hearing community, 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 and it's like, yeah, that sounds good. And it's like, no, no, but it means something to you. It should mean something to you. It should mean something to you, because these people that you go meet when it comes down and you're in the, Christmas, traditional holidays that aren't traditional around around the world. Maybe Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving was my favorite holiday because I love getting together with my family and just breaking bread. However, I'm able to do that oftentimes, multiple times, around the world, because that is breaking bread is one of the biggest things that people just do naturally. I don't have to wait till Thanksgiving to see all my friends or my family. That's That's how things work. And you have to realize how things work may not be what you're aligned with, but it is very aligned with how the world works. So much of moving abroad isn't what the resources are, it's more so, how do I get ready to experience a life that I didn't think was real? You might not even talked about this life and said it out of your mouth. A place where it's almost like when Nas wrote "If I Ruled the World." Imagine doing this. Imagine doing that. Imagine if this was like this. There are many places around the world where it's actually like that. Now you're not going to find Narnia, but you're going to find many places where you're going to run into, okay, it wasn't just going on the way that I thought it was, and I'm now in a scenario of understanding. Now, one big thing that I need y'all to understand is when you go to look to move abroad, you are going to be made to feel crazy, and that is perfectly okay. Depending on who you are, you might have been made to feel crazy all your entire life. That's perfectly fine. But if you are not the person that has been made to feel crazy, the brother or the sister with the lofty ideas, the one that would go for walks, even though you had multiple brothers and sisters, and just go for long walks by yourself as a kid, just seeing and exploring and seeing what the world had to offer to you, even in your own neighborhood. Maybe that's you. Or maybe you were always just in the house and now you're thinking from a realistic, how can I still survive here perspective, what that looks like. There's so many different kinds of people that look to go move abroad. But one thing for certain, two things for sure. If you are looking to go move abroad, somebody gonna have something to say about it. Oh yeah, somebody is gonna have something to say about it. Your friends, your family, your dog might. You might say, "Hey, Fido, we're gonna move abroad." You're like, I don't know about nothing about abroad, brother. You're gonna get it. It's just a matter of what you do. What after somebody says that you care about its opinion. Did you move? You're moving abroad? Huh? You must be crazy. Now, here's the thing. When I moved abroad, it was people that were already plenty of people that were already gone, but it wasn't like this thing. Like it wasn't like the writing on the wall. My mom said she was like, RJ, like you had it, you were pretty ahead of the curve. And I was like, y'all don't ever tell me I'm right. That is crazy that y'all would say that. I was ahead of the curve, huh? Like, because I've been out for like damn near 2 years, and this is finally what you came to the realization of that. I saw that it wasn't going the way that I had envisioned, and it was no longer my vision to even be a part of the boat or the ship that was even moving in the direction that I was like, I'm not going. I'll swim or and find my own way and get in another boat or figure out my own boat, build my own boat. But that is a scenario where you are going to get people that tell you you're crazy. Everybody was told that. Don't feel special or don't feel isolated. The people that you meet abroad will make you not feel isolated. You'll find so much kindred spirit in the people that you move abroad. Don't get me wrong, because there's some crazy people around, and there's crazy people everywhere around the world. It's people that you're not gonna get involved with or like. That's fine. I'm not everybody's cup of tea. Somebody like you're a Leo. You must be crazy as hell. Okay, no problem. I'm just doing what I can for the community. But I want y'all to realize that like somebody's going to tell you you're crazy. That doesn't mean don't go. Like that's their life. You have seen at this age because there's no kids that come to my situation. So you're a grown person. Nobody, nobody has ever not thought that you might have been a little crazy for your dreams, for your ambitions, for your thought process. That's okay. Embrace that. Understand that it takes a little, craziness because America doesn't position you to say that this is normal. It's not normalized to leave the United States, but that's okay. They're not positioned to tell you that because of who they are. So many other countries, they're like, yeah, go explore, go here and learn from them and bring the information back. America is like, you don't need to go learn from them. We already have everything that you need. America is one of the only countries that actually isolates in that bubble with thought process. And so many of you have succumbed to what that has given to your life. And that's why you've been on air for 15 minutes. So I need you to. That's interesting. TikTok has an AI to tell what you should talk about. I need you guys to realize that you aren't going to be the only person that has been told to leave. I mean, not to leave, but that you're crazy when you are looking to leave. It's all right. It's just about understanding that just like that, just like navigating a new language, just like you've been running at 100 miles an hour and the place that you're looking to doesn't move that fast, it's okay. Take a deep breath. You started this conversation with, "Are you okay? Are you all right?" When's the last time somebody asked that? And you put yourself, and they put themselves in a scenario to wait for you to genuinely hear it. You know, my aunt, she passed, and that was her thing. "Are you okay?" And she will wait to hear what you asked, what you said. And if you weren't okay and you cared to share, she would listen to you. She would say, "Hey, give you, her best ear and understanding, and maybe how to navigate through it." And there's so many people in America that haven't been asked, are they okay? And are doing things that are positioning them, their move abroad, as a risk versus a reward. So these 12 days of relocation are designed to give you the questions to ask of yourself from me, to get this mindset shift, to get this understanding, to get this difference. All I can do is provide difference on this platform. Anyone can give you the daggone immigration lawyer. Not saying that they're just dime a dozen, you can find one anywhere. I'm just saying, like, you can get to the resources of these things. But I tell you about intention, and intention behind what it is that we do is designed to take a lot of the stuff that I know you forgot that you're going through. I know that you forgot and that you think that this is going to work there. You guys call me asking me about, well, I got a good credit score. What kind of housing can I get and finance it? I know you're not ready. I know we need to have some more conversations. Anybody that's been in a consultation with me will say, "Damn, I thought I was ready to go." And then you put some else on my plate that I was like, "Damn, no, no, I actually need that." You know how many people I just break something as simple down as, "Yeah, I know exactly where I want to live. Hey, brother, how tall are you? Because I'm 6'3", and what that means to me is I'm not about to have my feet on the edge of a bed. But when you move to Colombia, not every bed is going to be a king size bed. Have you went with the intention of looking at that and where it is that you're going to live? Because that Airbnb may look nice, but a full size bed to a 6'3" man is a twin. It might as well be. And it might not be something that is on your radar when you're running out of the burning house that is America. But this is why we here. This is why we here. It's okay. My parents, I had one parent tell me I was crazy. One parent told me when I went to go move abroad. One parent told me I was probably making the wrong decision. Another parent said I could see this happening from a mile away because of the type of person and kid you've been forever. Another parent said I'll support you in whatever it is. I don't know anything about it, but sounds like it's going to be good for you. And I had to take that and friends and family and different things changing. I've always lived outside of Philadelphia pretty much almost since I was 18. Went to college in Atlanta, moved to South Florida, moved from South Florida to out of the United States. It wasn't a thing about me being homesick, but it's different when you live abroad versus you are domestic flight away. What do these things look like? Have you sat with yourself? I'm gonna do my best to make certain we come out with something that y'all can use with it's going to be an empty journal, but it's going to have some directives, because you guys are such in a position to change your life. If you are watching this, I'm trying to tell you, the people that are abroad, never mind that BS passport bros, or this is how much it is for a bottle here, and like, no, I'm talking about people that are building and actually making community abroad. those people are changing their lives. They're changing other people's lives. We are all impacting so many different things that it's the most amazing thing to be a part of. And I want you guys, no matter big, small, whatever the case is, you have the opportunity to put your hands around this. Understand that this life that you have, not me, that you don't know, you may have gone through all this already. You might have been in a scenario where you done lost people you were a lot younger. You done seen people that were your elders that have passed. None of us are guaranteed one day past what it is that we are here right now and today. But you have a very great opportunity. If you're tuning into this, you have a very great opportunity to actually change your life and put yourself in a position. But it's all about how you go, what you are ready to experience. This is not pick a destination, pack my bags, go. It's not. I need you guys to be ready. You may need to shed some of this. You guys go to saunas, right? You know how you get the sauna out, and you're like, oh, I'm sweating out the alcohol and all the sins. That's what y'all need to do with America. America's got a stink and a stench that the only people outside of America know what it smells like. Ever been in a room that you walk back in after being in there for a long time, but like, it smells kind of funny in here. You ain't been outside of America, bro. You don't know that it smells funny in there. I'm trying to tell you what you are going to experience, but you can also move abroad and be closed off from the language, closed off from the pace, closed off from the things and the people that you could experience because Drake said no new friends, and that's what y'all ran with. Y'all listening to other people that say have incentivizations to sell you a visa. We have visas on movetravelabroad.com. Go there. Sign up for the visa, but only if you can tell me three neighborhoods because it's gonna come with a relocation consultation, and I'm gonna ask you, well, what three neighborhoods have you looked at? Seriously. Now we may give you a neighborhood, an apartment tour, and a relocation in the box, but I'm going to charge you with stuff that may annoy you, and I personally don't care. And the reason why is because I come to y'all as a community member. I come to y'all as trying to be. I don't know you, but I want to be like you to look at me like a brother, cousin, friend, whatever it is that you make you feel comfortable, but understanding that somebody that got your back because nobody had us when we went out there. And I realized that this was bigger than what it is that I just did. And there was more people that were going through the same things of how do we get these pieces put together. So what you see on our website is designed to help take all of this out. These conversations on this YouTube, this platform, this Facebook, this Instagram, this TikTok, this Twitch, whatever it is that you are watching this on, I want y'all to realize that it's designed to help take all of this out, that pressure. You pressured enough in the United States. You sitting here trying to go get a visa and a residency to a place that you ain't never did nothing in that place besides go to a cenote or went doom bugging. Like you don't know what you're gonna do on Tuesday. Anybody, you don't even know if any Spades players is in the city, and that might be your shot. I have no idea who you are and what it is that you're looking for and what it is that you do, but I need you to wrap your head around. You need to take this a lot more seriously. This is not the last move, and you don't have. I'm telling you, as the person that will help you, you don't have the comfort of running out of the burning house and acting as if you don't have any help out of that burning house. You don't have the comfort. So what we've done is continuously put this platform on to display so that you can get the information that you need. This is free of charge. Now we got some things that do cost, but these things and this conversation should obviously tell you, if this is free, what else you got? All right. So November 22nd, we will be in live in front of you with all of what you need for the virtual relocation conference. What I need you guys to do is go to movetravelabroad.com, and there you will find all of the free resources. You do have to give us your email so we can get you into the program that gives you all of the discounts that we don't advertise. So this is a mutual beneficial community. We want to make sure you guys are fed, and we want to make sure we can continue to do this at the rate we are doing it. So please, these things are all mutual beneficial. But what we want to do is make sure that you are there November 22nd. There is where we're going to have our virtual relocation conference. You can go get your tickets now. Early bird discount is available from now through November 14th. Each day, we pick 10 people who purchase a GA ticket to upgrade them automatically to a VIP ticket. You can go to there on moodtravelabroad.com. That's MOOD travelabroad.com. That is where you will find all of the information of the general admission inclusions as well as the VIP inclusions. If you know what I know, take off based off of the ticket price. You might want to go at least get your GA ticket. If you are selected to be a part of the VIP, you will actually get more value in your relocation journey. But there you will find on the 22nd, we have relocation opportunities for everybody that's looking to move to Colombia. That includes Medellin, Santa Marta, as well as Cali, Colombia. We also have Mexico, which includes Playa del Carmen, Mexico. We have Panama, including Panama City, Panama, as well as South Africa, which includes Cape Town as well as Johannesburg. I know our resource there is very well versed, as well as our Panama resource in multiple cities there, but those are the most popular cities in those particular countries for expats that are looking to move. But we also do you guys a solid and bring the other resources that you need. Yes, you need an immigration lawyer. He'll be there. We got him coming talking about visas, just the immigration things that you need to put in your relocation toolkit before you move abroad. We also have a healthcare expert. He will give you understanding on what healthcare looks like versus what you are experiencing in the United States and the terrible quality and how much it costs versus what you will be experiencing abroad and what things are optional to you, as well as some people are looking to move abroad or at least travel abroad for medical tourism and what that looks like and how you're able to navigate that with a team of experts that will help plan your healthcare journey, whatever that looks like for you. We also bring on some other things that I know you forgot running out of the burning house that is America. So, for all of my parents, we are going to make certain that we have our relocation expert that comes from the parent side. She is a person that has gone through our relocation tour, seen what it is that we've offered from not only a parent side, but how do you get connected to the community once you do that? Yes, you are a parent, but you are also a person. That is important too. Navigating this, navigating schools, navigating these things are very important when considering your family and looking to move abroad. Also, we will have what most expats forget. You may need somebody to talk to. Coaching is so important, and the ability to talk to a professional person that is a coach that will help expats navigate new culture, new language, um, homesickness. Having somebody to help you with these conversations and navigating what that looks like on the other side of the TSA. It's not about just getting you there, it's about how to support you once you are here. That never mind just community, but just you. These things are designed to continuously build you up. We also have for the people that are not only retired but looking to move abroad to lower their expenses and possibly be able to retire. We have our financial expert coming on about how to build wealth abroad by taking that money that you have in the United States, whether it's your United States income, whether it's your United States pension, and putting it into vehicles and resources that will allow you to retire the way that you want to do what it is for your next journey in life, as well as people. These things, the last one is one of the most important things. We got volunteerism. Volunteerism is one of the most important things that you can do on the other side of the TSA because you are a guest in a new community. I don't care if you've been there for 5 years, you spent 30 years plus in the United States, you are going to always be in a position to be able to help, be able to volunteer, be able to give your resources, time, and energy back to the people that have welcomed you in your community. We have our expert that will be talking to you about the importance of that in more detail. And then we also have, you guys asked me about how to make money abroad. I need to make a job or I need to have a job to move abroad. Cool. What jobs can I get? Many people are not realizing that the US dollar and making that will benefit you more abroad than going to go get a localized job in another country. Where we'll bring on a expert that will help you navigate how to start making money online through online marketing, affiliate marketing, digital marketing. You guys have so many skills that you forgot that you have that are valuable not only to United States people but to the world. How do you navigate that and help build your life? And then student loans are one of the biggest things that people are navigating how to pay back. the fact that they keep going up and there may be not any repayment plans. We will bring on a student loan doctor. If you don't know, you guys are absolutely in for a treat. She has been on all of the major platforms. She has traveled the world spreading how to help others navigate student loan repayment, the different options that you guys have. Each of your tickets come with a different value to help get into our program, and student loans are on your radar. These things are designed so you walk into a room uncertain, you walk into a room unsure, and you walk into out of that room after that day, virtually, with a community of people that are destined to help you start your next best life on the other side of the TSA. Each of these conversations that we have are designed to help not only give you what most people won't ask, are you okay? Have you thought about this when looking to move abroad? But also bring all of the resources that you know you need and all of the resources that you forgot that you need in one place so that you can kind of digest these and make this make sense. I appreciate you guys. I know it's Friday. It's about a minute and five. So 7:11 in the Eastern Standard Time. So appreciate y'all for tuning in. It has been a pleasure. We will be back tomorrow. Normally, I don't go live on the weekends, but it is 12 days of relocation. So we got to give you guys what it is that you need ahead of the end of the early bird tickets. You guys, if you're watching this, you are going to get a discount code to be able to get a discount on the early bird tickets that are available. You can choose from GA or VIP. I will tell you, it is not a guarantee that you will win VIP. Each day of the 12 days of relocation, we give 10 people a VIP upgrade. So depending on the day, you guys will may have a chance to get an upgrade. So at least if you purchase a GA ticket, you'll get all of the inclusions there. And then if you purchase a VIP ticket, you guys will get all of the inclusions. It's almost double the amount of value from relocation opportunities and things that you need to do after you do and take the relocation conference on the 22nd. But what I do need you to do is one of two things. One, go to movetravelabroad.com. That's the first thing. I need you to go there. I need you to take the test. There's a test on there. It helps you narrow down, asking you some questions about yourself. We're one of these places that we are actually showcasing on the 22nd that you should go. It's going to give you a couple of them so you can understand, okay, this is maybe not somewhere that I had on my radar, even though I had Medellin on my radar. That's the first thing. Second thing I need you to do is sign up for the newsletter. There is where you're going to get more information and the fastest information before you even see it here about discounts that are widely accessed. You are going to get information about upcoming conversations narrowed down to location. We're going to talk directly to people that are in realtors that are in Playa, residencies in Colombia, all of these nuanced things. We're going to get down to that after the virtual conference. So I need you guys to make certain that you are at least a subscriber so you can get all of the information. The code that you are going to use, you're going to take $10 off. This works for any of our early bird VIP tickets or our early bird general admission ticket. You will use the code FREEDOM10. Freedom 10. You guys have to understand the opportunity to claim your freedom is actually in your hands. I'm just giving you guys the keys, the vehicles, and the resources that you need to piece it together. The pieces will essentially be all put together on November 22nd over the relocation conference. It's just your job to show up. Make sure you got your notepads ready. Get those things together because these experts are really excited to be able not only to talk to you guys, but give you what it is that you need. Everybody that has signed up for the conference, if you're watching this, you guys will be getting more information as we get closer to our dates regarding obviously the link so you can sign in on the 22nd. More details about some other relocation tours that we have coming out and we're continuously working on. I'm excited for the community because these are people that are looking to take moving out of the United States seriously. So if you are one of those, make sure you are going to moodtravelabroad.com. I have to, I'm sorry, I have to pronounce it sometimes because my accent from Philly sometimes can be, if somebody hasn't heard me before, it may be a little difficult. So moodtravelabroad.com. That's where you're going to get signed up for your tickets. That's where you're going to get information. Like I said, the free resources are there. Where do I go? How much does it cost? When's the best times of year to visit? Like, we've done our best to just try to give you the information as easy as possible. It's just your job to go log on, do your research, and start with movetravelabroad.com. We're going to always make sure we got you. We will see you tomorrow. Let me look. I will tell you, we are going to be on tomorrow. I think it is early in the morning. Bear with me. Yeah, we're going to be on tomorrow and Saturday and Sunday as well because it is the 12 days of relocation. So each day, 12 days, we pick 10 people that bought a GA ticket and they will get automatically upgraded to a VIP. So you will get an email to let you know that you have been upgraded. Tomorrow, yes, we will be on at 11 a.m. We're talking about something that you guys probably want to know because it is also one thing about how to get you out of the United States, what you need to do before you leave. But you might want to know how we living. Y'all had cribs going crazy. How are we living? Expat life abroad. That is important because what does the quality of life look like? How to move abroad without being broke, sick, and lonely because some people are already abroad and they are all three of those things: broke, sick, and lonely. Do not be one of them. How you be not do not end up in that situation? You come back tomorrow at 11 a.m. or go to YouTube, Black Expat Life Abroad. All of these are recorded. We will continue to put these out until our community. We're building a school community, so please get ready for that. But once the community is built, those things will be available. But most of the things will be in the school community. We want to make certain we just try to make it as easy as possible for you guys to access the information, categorize it, and catalog it in a way where it's just easy to navigate. You guys are already overwhelmed and overworked. I want to make certain that you make it easy on yourself to get out of there. I appreciate you guys. If you have the availability, please come back tomorrow 11 a.m. I will see you then. I look forward to talking to you guys. Jump into my DMs, my messages, my comments. Let me know what it is that you're on your mind, what you're thinking about, how it is that we can help shape this opportune time for you to move abroad. It's so many things that's changing. It's an opportunity for me to go on live every day because there's so many things that it's like I don't even know what to do with half of the stuff that comes up. So, you guys make sure you're being here tomorrow. I will see you then. Y'all have a good night.